Hey everybody, how's it going? If you're new here, welcome. Today we're going to be looking at the ANTONIUM K743 PRO keyboard from Redragon. We're going to see what it comes with, what makes it so special under the hood, and configuring everything within the software, what all you can do with it. So guys, sit back, relax, and let's dive in. All right, and here we go. The ANTONIUM LCD Pro, or the K743 Pro wireless keyboard. We do see that it has Bluetooth, it's wired, and it has wireless. Right on down here at the bottom, we do see that it's gasket mounted, which that's going to be a lovely feature and stability for it, full RGB. Right here on the back, we will have some of the features. We do have that LCD and the knob for controlling it, the different connectivities, and the special switches that are going to be coming in here. This is 3/5 pin switches. You can upgrade that as you please. But let's go ahead and, before we get into the unboxing, let's go ahead and talk about the tech specs. And of course, with the tech specs, we'll start off with the layout. It is a 80% style with 84 keys on the keyboard. Again, mention that tri-mode connectivity with USB-C, wired, Bluetooth for 5.0, and the 2.4 wireless USB. It's hot swappable. You can have 3 or 5 pin switches. To note, this is a south-facing LED inside of this keyboard. It does come with Redragon's custom Mint Mambo linear switches. These are pre-lubed in the standard version. We do have those gasket-mounted designs for some of the larger keys. 5 layers of sound dampening foam and for the absorption padding, so it sounds really solid. It has a good feel to it. The display itself is a 1.14-inch display, and you can use that to control the different settings, colors, and everything that you can do really in the software, but you can do inside the keyboard without having to really pull up the software. Not everything, but a lot. The keycaps themselves are made out of PBT material, and what makes this one fancy is they're side printed. So you can see the RGB coming through the bottom side of the key, hence the south-facing LED. Lastly, it's supposed to weigh about 920 grams on this version, but we'll verify that later when we go into the weight. And of course, if you guys are enjoying the video so far at this point, don't forget to drop a sub, maybe a like. If you have any questions, drop a comment down below. Always happy to answer those. And if I don't show it in the video, I will happily test it or bring it ahead, do all that you may need to get that done to give you the proper answer for it. So, do appreciate that. Drop all the information down below. And of course, let's go ahead and drop back into the unboxing and see what you get. All right, let's go ahead and get this tab open and let's get this box outside of the box. Because inside here, we do have another box that's inside the outer casing. And it's going to be the silver Redragon box with the Redragon logo. Now, once we get that box out of the box, there's just another pull tab here. We can go ahead and pop it open. And we can see the keyboard right inside. Now this one is a gradient faded gray. We can see that through there as the color changes as you go down the keyboard. Underneath the little flap, we got the USB sticking out. We got the extra goodies down here. Got the cable, the keycap, and switch puller. And plus the extra little box that has the extra keys and switches that we'll check out here in just a second. Go ahead and get that out of the way and bring it in. So we'll go ahead and get this in position here so we can see it. This is just going to be your standard Redragon puller. One side does switches, one side does keycaps. And then we do have that USB-C/USB-C/USB-A cable, which I love that we have the versatility to plug it into pretty much anything with that cap that can go from C to A. And that one only, the right angle doesn't have one, but the USB-A does. And so no matter what you want to plug it into, you should be able to plug it in. And then in the little box, this is my favorite part of some of these keyboards, is just in case you get a dud or just in case one goes out ahead of time, they give you 4 extra. And these are those Mint Mambo switches. They look really good. I love the coloring to them. Reminder, these are pre-lubed, so you're going to get that extra smooth linear up and down motion. It's nice and clicky, which we'll check out a sound test here later for the keyboard itself. But they're super smooth. They've got the pins on the bottom, and I love that these come in the little foam sleeve. They stay nice and secure. Go ahead and put those back in, and let's get to the thing that you came for in the video. Well, of course, if it wasn't for the keyboard, it would be for the Redragon stickers that you get every time. So we got the stickers in here, of course, just in case you're running low on them. And then we had the manual that came in under the bottom as well. And the Antontium LCD Pro. Redragon's manuals have gotten better. I'm not a fan of the roadmaps, but, you know, it's not bad. They show the basic information on what operating systems are supported, how to switch things on and off for the different modes, the keyboard layout, the different connectivities between wireless, Bluetooth, hotkeys for the keyboard itself. And then on the back, we have even more hotkeys, depending on your OS. That has Windows, that has Mac. Restoring everything to factory settings within the keyboard, how to charge it, the actual rating for the charge, and then, of course, the regulatory stuff that you get. So they've really streamlined these manuals. It's not bad. I like it. They've gotten better. Definitely would love to see a little booklet just to keep things nice. But here, we'll go ahead and pick up the keyboard here. You can see that gradient gray go from the top for the lighter gray all the way down to almost a black. It's real interesting. You can't see anything on the keys. They're blank. What key is that? You even have the little nub on top of some of them. But you don't see it. What we do see is on the side here, we do have that USB that slots right in. That'll hold it for you right there on the side so you don't lose it. On the other side, we do have the USB-C for that right angle to go into. And then we do have the slider for the 2.4 and Bluetooth. If you leave it in the off position, that's just wired. You just plug it in, and there you go. Right here on the back, if you need the model information and the rating for the power, it's right there on the back. Along with the double feet that you can either have a shorter or a taller height for it. So we'll go ahead and flip it back over. We'll get the RGB shining through just a little bit. But again, it's side printed. So it's just like you can't see nothing. But if you turn it ever so slightly where you would see it at an angle on your keyboard, like if you had it sitting up, you can see them on the side. I always love me some side prints, especially depending on if your desk is higher or low. If you have a standing desk, you can still see the keys. I think it's awesome. I always love me a good padding where you can see through it and you've got the RGB shining through. Depending on the color, it's a little hard to see through on some of them, but that's okay because in the screen here, we can customize that. We have the home, the layout, the effects, color, brightness, the speed of the animations, language, time format, time set, and return, of course. In each of these different ones, you can do different things, such as the time, or you can set a GIF, which will show that later in the software. On the layout, it depends if you want Windows or Mac. I'm going to leave mine on Windows. We have the effects, which you can change the different colors on the keyboard. If you want to change that, that can be done all within the screen. If you want more customization, once we select one of these, you can either do it in the software or you can do it inside the keyboard here. So we'll go ahead and set one. If you come over here to color, you can set this as rainbow, or you can set it to a specific color, which the camera's having a bit of a rough time here to focus in on this. So give it just a second. So yeah, you can put this here for the colors and you can change it. Here we go. Rainbow, red, green, blue, and it'll keep the effect that it's doing, but you can then change the color. You can adjust the brightness on 5 different levels, the speed on a couple different levels, and we'll just leave about 40%. Language, you have English and Chinese. And some of these will take you back to the menu, some of these will take you back to the front. You can change the time format if you want. You can set the time inside the keyboard. And then, of course, you have the different icons for the different ones here. We got the green here shining through. Love me a good solid green coming with it. So we'll go ahead and get these lights back on. We've seen how everything looks with it. Now, we do need to check out a little bit of the under the hood, though, and check out these keycaps and the switches, which we got to see the switches a little bit earlier that were in the box. But we'll go ahead and take one of these out as well. So we'll go ahead and check out the LED here. You can see it's south facing. And so if you guys are looking to get different mods or switches or keycaps. Make sure that you're buying them for south-facing LEDs if you want the RGB to go through it. Here's one of the pre-installed Mint switches. Exactly the same that was in the box, so nothing too crazy. We'll go ahead and drop that back in. And then we've got the PBT keycap here. Got a nice angle. Looks good. You got the A right there. There's not a whole lot of bleeding on it. And the modeling and the injection inside here looks really good, really clean. So I really do quite enjoy these side prints. But we'll go ahead and get that back on top. And we'll go ahead and call that good there. Feels amazing. Love the sound. But before we go into any of how it sounds or anything about that, we need to check out the software. So let's go ahead and check out the software, see what all you can customize, what all you can add to the keyboard, what all you can save, because there's a lot of stuff that you can do. Some of that you can do, again, in the screen, but some of it you cannot, like setting the GIF. So let's go ahead and check out the software and see what we can do. All right, so here in the software, we're going to go ahead and start out on the main profile. You can see the different keys. You can select them. You can change from a different letter, different number, page up, page down, any special function you would like. You can make it a mouse click, left, right, middle, scroll wheel, play, pause, mute, stop, previous, next, volume up, volume down, homepage, calculator, email, computer, screen, up, down on the brightness. You can set macros if you have some of those set. You have different commands in here that can like lock your computer, run programs, show the desktop, task manager, quick select, saving. A lot of really good features. And then you can create your own key combinations for Windows, Alt, or Shift for hotkeys. You can also save it right here at the end or reset it like I'll do because I want to keep this the letter A. Plus the different FN layers as well. Next, we're going to go ahead and show the RGB. So I'm going to be quiet for a minute, and then we're going to go ahead and speed through this so we can see all the effects. Right, so we can go ahead and change these. Again, there's brightness, there's speed. Now the music one's here. You do have to have stuff playing through your computer, but other than that, you're good. Next, we'll go ahead and check out the macro panel and see what all you can do. You can create new macros, new folders. After you create a folder here, you can create subfolders. So if you really want to get granular with your folders and structuring for your macros, you can. But for now, we're just going to go ahead and create one to test so I can show you what this thing can do and drop it into the folder. You do the record, and you can just tap away. It shows the real-time delay. Now, some of the Redragon software, you can set a fixed time. This one, you cannot. So right here, you double-click in, you type in the number, and if you do it right, like I didn't, you can press Enter, and it'll save it. If you want to insert a function, you can. So if you want to insert a letter, boom, and up and down gets inserted. And we do have 67 milliseconds on that. But again, if you want to change that, you just double tap it, and then you can hit enter, and it saves. Next, we're going to go ahead and upload a GIF. Now, we're going to go ahead and add one here. I've got an animated version of one of my logos. And so we're going to go ahead and put that in here. You can see all the frames that it has, which doing this many will take multiple minutes to do. You can play it, preview it, but FYI, this can take up to 5 to 10 minutes to upload, depending on how many frames you have. Which I'm going to go ahead and cut it here, and we'll go ahead and after we explore all these, we can hit apply, and then we're going to have this cut ahead here. And once it's there, it's going to just disappear on this box, and then it's going to be there. You can see it on the keyboard. Next, we're going to go ahead and check out the basic settings here. Device info, language. If you want to have an auto run, you cannot scroll here. You have to click each of those, and then it'll go to each of those sections. You can tell it what to do upon exit. You can change the tap sensitivity, the sleep when it goes to sleep, the debounce, and of course, reset to default. And so if you want to change it all back, you want to get rid of all the stuff you saved, you can. Next, we're going to go ahead and go into the typing test. And so this is so you can hear how this sounds. I think it's got a great sound to it. So we're going to go ahead and go into that so you can hear just how clickety-clackety this thing is. All right, and that is the typing test. Nice little clickety-clacks. Those lubed linear switches do sound great, and it just has a nice sound to the PBT. I've always enjoyed PBTs and how they sound with it, but this one just in particular with these switches just have a great sound with the 5 layers of sound dampening. Great. Now, the only ones on this one is I wish it had the numpad, but other than that, sounds amazing, and I love these side prints. But let's go ahead and check out the weight. In the tech specs I mentioned, it was 920 estimatedly for the weight. So let's go ahead and test that theory, and let's see how much it weighs. All right, let's go ahead and get this thing on the scale, and we have 907 exactly. And so I always enjoy when they underrate them, because that gives you a lot of buffer. And so if you're packing or traveling, that really does matter. And so if you go under it, always a good idea. But next, we're going to go ahead and see and hear the sound. And so you guys can see on my sound meter just exactly how loud this thing is. The click and clacks is not too bad. But as we go ahead and put this on the table, we can see it's about 58-ish, mid-50s, 55. And it can get upwards into the 60s or close to, depending on which key. But most of these are going to be in your mid-50s. And so it's really not too bad as far as the sound goes. It can be heard. It does have a nice click, but it's not going to be overpowering anyone around you. All right, guys. Well, that's it for me and the Antonium Pro, the K743 Pro specifically. There are a couple variants of the Antonium, so do make sure that you're looking at that. This is the side printed model. So you guys want to make sure that you check that out on the Redragon website or on the Amazon listing, which both of those links will be down in the description. If you guys want to pick it up, it does help support the channel, and I would appreciate that, and Redragon would too. So they know that I sent you over there. But the keyboard itself, I love the sound. It's got a great weight. It's not going to be sliding around on you. I love the side printing so that I can just look down and I can see right there on the sides. The printed keycaps are always going to be looking the most gorgeous that you can have. But when it comes to the RGB, I feel if you're going to have the RGB, I love it shining through the letters. So no matter whether if you have studio lights beaming on you like I do now, or if you're in complete darkness, you can still see the keys without having to have a light on top of your monitor or anything like that. So you can, if you need to look at the keyboard to type or anything like that, you can just let the light shine through. But if you guys, again, have any questions, let me know. Post them in the description or into the comments, or look at everything we have. I will happily go through and do some extra testing if there's something you want me to see or do. But we've got everything listed out as far as the software and all the features on the keyboard itself. So hopefully we covered everything. But if not, we're always happy to do a little extra for you, and we'll reply back to you usually within 24 hours. So again, thank you so much for being here. If you made it this far, A-team that you're hearing me say this. So appreciate it. Drop a sub, drop a like on the video at this point. And again, until the next one, I'll see you soon.